Hi, everybody. I thought I would like to talk about something different and something I never thought I would be getting into. I started my YouTube channel months ago, and then kind of my life went in a different direction on what I thought I would be talking about. Uh, Now I'm into the study of past lives, which I stumbled upon by accident. Anybody that watches me knows that I'm a medium and I talk to people that passed away. And as part of what I do palm readings. And one day I was asked by a woman to do a palm reading for her and try and see why she had a block about making money as she wanted to start a business. And so I got her to send me photos of her hands, and then I studied them and I asked my guide, Michelle Nostradamus, if he could look and see why she had a block about making money. So I looked at her hand and I relaxed my mind, and all of a sudden I started seeing images of like the 1930s, of the cars, black cars, mugshots, machine guns, and like the mafia. And then Michelle told me she was involved with Al Capone in a past life. And I thought, what? That's why she has a block about making money in this life? And I thought, oh, wait till I tell her this one. So in the Zoom call, I said to the woman that my guide said, the reason you have a block about starting a business is because you were involved with the mob, the mafia in a past life. And she said, you mean like Al Capone? And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's exactly right, Al Capone. I said, how did you know? And she proceeded to tell me that her great-grandfather's uncle was forced by Al Capone to hide alcohol on his farm during Prohibition. And I thought, oh my gosh, wow, I couldn't believe it. I had seen somebody's past life by looking at the palm of their hand. Well, after that, I became fascinated with the idea, and I read more and more people's hands, and I was truly interested because I was able to gain so much detail, names of places, people, countries, etc. And every fact that my guide gave me, I was able to validate online. The second palm reading I did for a friend of the first woman's that I did, and when I looked at her hand, I saw that she had frozen to death as a man, a miner, in the gold rush, in the Klondike gold rush, and that my guide said that she was a miner. She was French, and her name at the time was Edward, and that the cause was an avalanche. And I was able to find out that there was an avalanche where a lot of miners that were French were killed during the Klondike Gold Rush. And so as I was saying, that her name at that time was Edward, and interestingly, she told me, I call everything Edward. Eddie, Eduardo, Edward, it's all Edward. She actually took a stuffed toy and held it up to the camera on Zoom and said, this is Edward. And also she said, I'm always cold. I'm always cold. In the summer I sleep with a ton of blankets on and my socks on. So sometimes these things can be like carried over from our past life recalls, they sometimes call them. And so I have done quite a few of them since that time. And I've been gaining such excellent results that the paranormal researcher and scientist Stephen Schwartz has told me, well, you need to be writing a book about these. So that's what I'm doing now, is I'm working on a book, and I do a newsletter also called The Hands of Time. And so I just want to share another one with you. which was, when I looked at this woman's photos, as I always do it with photos, because that way I can spend more time on it. And when I looked at the photo of her hand, all I could see was sand. It was just sand. I said to my guide, "Show me her life, her past life." And he said, "I can't. It's all covered with sand. Where she used to live, it's all covered with sand." And I couldn't get it. Finally, I thought, "Oh, do you mean Egypt?" Because that was where my mind went to. And he said, "No." I said, "Well, where then?" He said, "This place is where the language Sanskrit was derived from." And so when I looked online, I found that that place is modern day Afghanistan, and the area is all covered by sand. And so that's why I couldn't see it. And so I said to my guide, "What is underneath the sand?" And when I said that, he showed me a vision of a man, a Middle Eastern man wearing a white turban, walking with a herd of cattle. And interestingly enough, I found out later that the woman was originally from Iran, which is a neighbor of Afghanistan. So I'm able to pick up on actual historical facts, which I find really, really interesting. Anyway, this is my introduction, and I hope you will consider having a palm reading to find out information about your past life. It's extremely fascinating, and I will be posting my newsletter once a week called The Hands of Time. I will share one more quick reading with you. I looked at a palm of a woman's hand, and my guide said, "I see you were stomping grapes." I said, "Where was this?" And he said, "Italy." I said, "Oh, well, where in Italy?" And he said, "Paola." And I never heard of this place before. When I went online, I found out there is a town called Paola, and it is in Italy. It's a population of just over 15,000 people. It's a commune, and they do indeed make grapes the old-fashioned way. And it's also the birthplace of a patron saint. So that is what the town has been made famous for. So I want to continue doing the study of past lives and learning as much as I can. And during this process, I will also be talking about some of my past lives that my spirit guide Michelle has shown me. They're quite phenomenal. Needless to say, I've been around a long time, from ancient Egypt to ancient Israel and other places in the world. The study of past lives is truly fascinating. I know Dr. Brian Weiss, a hypnotherapist, he's made a career out of studying past lives after one of his clients during hypnosis started talking about some of her own. And there's researchers that have gone all around the world studying the past life memories of children. So it's a fascinating phenomena, and one I feel deserves, is worthy of attention and study. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.